So I just want to make a general rundown of Kenshi's Forgotten Construction set. If something in the game you don't like offends you, then you can hop into here real quick. It's fast, it's mad easy, it's real simple, succinct, straight to the point user interface. It is fast and easy to 90% of the time change some kind of quality or number attached to some kind of entity or item in the game that you want to change. And getting into it is mad easy. When you click play on Steam for Kenshi, there's a second prompt to open the construction set, which is this guy. It'll open this guy right here. And if you don't have a Steam copy, then it's going to be in your executable folder that has the main Kenshi.exe in it. And so what you're going to want to do if you want to change some variable about the game is you can make a new mod, name it for whatever, have only the mod selected. This stuff up here doesn't matter. This is if you want to edit the actual real game data that is prepackaged in the game. You don't want to do that. So you open this guy here, and first off, if you would say want to reduce some kind of armor penalty, if you don't like armor penalties, if they're too high, you go to items, armor, all the armor in the game's right here. Double click on them. You can open every kind of quality about the armor is right here. We have coverage here. So this is something to do with how effective the armor is in some kind of part of your body. And as you can see here, it's only head for 70. So I can click on that and make it 100 if I wanted to. You have skill multipliers here. So if you were doing something on like a samurai armor, then damage output multiplier would be 0.85 or a 15% reduction in damage. So you could change this to whatever. That would do 20% more damage. Dexterity, how much dexterity you get from wearing the armor. Usually this goes down. Dodge multiplier, the percentage reduction in dodge skill. Fist injury, if you set this to 0, it wouldn't hurt you if you were to punch someone with it on. It's not even covering the head, so you don't got to worry about that. And then this is attack and defense bonuses from wearing the piece of armor. So you can change anything here. You can completely eliminate penalties in your armor and actually make them increase some kind of stat if you wanted to by going through here. And let's say if you wanted to reduce the attack range on blood spiders, which I know there was a very popular mod for that, but I believe it was Seth Zintak said that it was actually an entire big prank and it actually increased attack range. So if you wanted to do that, you would go to characters, animals, look up blood spiders, and then I believe it's their weapon that they have. Let's see. The thing is called length. Here we go, length. This is their range because they're using a weapon that they just don't drop because it probably makes more sense for the game's engine. So you can crank this all the way down. 18 is pretty absurd. I don't know if anyone here has actually played the game, but blood spiders can they won't even collide with your character's model. They'll just hit you from like 3 meters away. So we can make that a more reasonable like 4 or something. And if you wanted to maybe make weapons and armor for super cheap, you didn't want to use any resources at all, this functionality tab here is for every building in the game you can make that you actually use to reduce something. So we can look up these are the chain, leather, and armor production stations. And we can see here, let's see, that's all the stuff you can make with the on this bench, on the armor plate bench. Looks like you can, oh, armor crafts. If you wanted to, you could add. So whenever you see a list like this, just know that you have these sub items here that have their own items on them with their own qualities. But you can make more sub items by hitting this drop down here. I'll give you a list of qualities to add to whatever kind of entity you're editing. Then we can do weapon crafts. We can make weapons of the armor bench if we wanted to. But anyway, here we have consumes. So we can just delete this entire consumes category. Won't use any materials now. Maybe some fabric because some of these armors have fabric costs associated with them in their own little entity windows, like I have here. Production multiplier. A lot of stuff has descriptions on it, so if you don't know what it is, just read the description. Overall speed multiplier. So if we wanted to just make stuff instantly, I could set this to like 1,000, and it would just instantly make stuff. And finally, the last item I'll show you. First, all you gotta do to make the mod work is go to save. This mod is now saved under whatever goobly gobbly name I had. So now we can relaunch Kenshi, play the actual game instead of the modding tool. You know, all you gotta do, I got 17 billion mods here. I might not be able to find the mod. But anyway, the mod will appear in this folder. Hopefully yours isn't as gigantic as mine. You can actually find it. Should be unactivated, I think. Yeah, so here are the, one of these goobly gobbly names is one of the files I just made. So it looks like it comes pre-activated, so you gotta just make sure it's checked. You hit OK and launch the game, and then mod will launch the game with whatever changes you've made. So let's go back into the construction set real quick. Lastly, I'll show you how to edit save files. So if you don't want to grind to 100 armor crafting or 100 weapon crafting, you can change the stat on your individual characters to circumvent that and not have to. Why is it not launching? What are you doing? Hello, Kenshi? Yes, so you can crank up any kind of stat you want on your characters. If you really want to be lazy, you can just make your characters, oops, you can make your characters 100 statted on everything and don't have to play the game at all and just cheese through at the very beginning. So to do that, you're going to want to disable all mods, open any, or actually before you do that, so the directory where the save game files are located, if you bought it on Steam, is whack. So hold down Windows key and tap R, open this run command here, and the directory you're going to want to type in is %appdata %app %sign. And this is going to take you to, because it's not available in the default window browser configuration, you can't just like navigate there from this file browser here. You have to do this. I don't know why they did this. It's the way it works. %appdata percent. This opens the app data folder, but it opens on roaming for me for some reason. You're going to want to go back to app data to local, and then find the Kenshi folder. Where is that motherfucker? Save. Here's all your save games. So you're going to want to copy this directory here because you're going to have to go here to copy it in the first place, whatever it is for you. That's the only way it's going to work. And then when you hit open, what the fuck are you doing? Click that game-based data, I think. Or no, yeah, first it does this. This guy's going to tell you that you don't want to edit the game's interior files. It doesn't matter, just hit anyway, because you're not editing the game's files, you're editing a save file, which is not the same thing. And then you can copy and paste the the directory for your app data Kenshi folder. And here are all your save games. Ignore some of these names here. We can go into the save, and your default. These are all the squads in the game that have been generated. Your default name is nameless 0. So I think I haven't made it any. No, I haven't made any different named platoons. So nameless 0 is going to be default your squad name. This is my squad here that I was playing with this particular save game. So now you can click on individual characters, change all their stats. Armorsmith 100, Bowsmith 100, and then attack 100. And all I got to do is click save. And then the next time you load this save file, the guy's going to have maxed out stats. And I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested, but this system seems stable enough. You could probably have the game running in the background, do this, tab back into the game, it would probably work on you. All right, so that's the general Kenshi rundown. Just think, is there anything in the game you want to change at all? Just do this. Just search up the items you're looking for, look into those subcategories. Guaranteed 90% of the time, you'll find what you're looking for in like 5 minutes. You'll be able to change it. And you'll be able to exempt yourself from whatever frustration has caused you to want to install a mod about something. And that's kind of the reason I made this because it's wonderful to have 2,000 people actually use my mod on Steam. However, I mean, you guys should know how to do this. This is mad easy. It takes like 5 minutes to get into. Like, that number kind of scares me.